please give some tips for the organic chemistry, like about this nomenclature? Like,
Nomenclature is like memorizing the characteristics of names for every molecule, so I find that it's not very useful in chemistry. It's mostly something that should be relegated to computers, but still, I find that there are some rules that should be memorized. So just try taking a look at the structure of the molecule, how many carbons and hydrogens does it contain. You have to keep that in mind, and uh, those are the two biggest things, I guess.
yeah, what do you think about the like the moment of force, like about the sums which are related to the moment of force, like measuring about the anti-clockwise motion, clockwise motion. Like, what do you think about that?
But the moment force, you mean the moment of inertia?
Yeah, yeah.
Rotational motion, it's definitely tricky. So that's what I most had trouble with when I first learned mechanics. But uh, I think that your reference table is your best friend, but your second best friend is a diagram. You have to make very good diagrams for such problems and pay attention to every detail. Leaving something out is going to work.
So basically, I'm having a chapter in mathematics which is called as mensuration. Mensuration. So in class 10, mensuration is all about the problems related to cylinder, cone. Now, can you please suggest some tips about that?
3D geometry is also very hard, but in the case of a cylinder and a cone, there are some regular shapes, so there are some easy formulas to remember. So for a cylinder, just remember that it's basically a circle, but it has height, so it's pi r squared times the height. And then for a cone, it's similar. It is one third pi r squared h for height. So those are the of some pretty easy formulas.
But what if cone is kept and inside some balls are there? So how to deal with that kind of sums?
Uh, what is the question then?
No, I'm talking about a cone is kept. Cone is kept and the cone is hollow. And cone is hollow,
Mhm.
and inside the hollow cone, the balls are kept there. Like even the number balls, like it's unknown.
Okay.
No, you're dealing on there is a cone is there and some balls
Yeah,
are there.
hollow cone is there, and inside the balls are kept.
And what is the question?
How to deal with that kind
Oh,
of
oh,
sums?
how to deal?
Well,
In sense of the maximum area or maximum volume like that?
Yeah, maximum volume I'm
Maximum
talking
volume
about.
of that. So,
okay. So the maximum volume of a ball inside a cone, you just have to consider that the ball must be tangent to the surface of the cone, and since the ball has to be tangent to the base too, that means that whatever intersection that it makes with the cone has to be tangent to the base. So essentially, it will just inter. You can think of it like a two-dimensional problem of a circle inscribed inside a triangle, and then try extending that to three dimensions.
Okay, that's great. And what do you think about this environment you are present in?
I think it's great. I'm in very good hands here at Burdwan University, and I'm very excited to present my lecture on number theory.
Like in our university, my father and this uncle has invited many school students, and they have also invited many college students, and they are very excited to meet you all. Like, what kind of message you want to give to all the college students and all the school students, like who are especially giving the board exams, who are going to give the board exams? Like, what kind of message you want to give for the science subjects?
I think that these subjects are very interesting, even if they are hard to imagine or comprehend sometimes. Then you can try simplifying these problems to a level that you understand. Don't worry, you will always do great in your pursuit of math and science. And if you need help, just ask me.
Okay, so basically, yeah, yeah. Basically, I'm having a question about the ACT English exam. Like, can you please explain the procedures for the ACT English exam?
So the ACT English exam has almost 75 questions. You have to go through it very fast, but you still have to look at every detail. Mostly the passages are very short, so you need to only answer 5 or 6 questions for every passage. And if you don't get one thing from a passage, then just skip the question that asks about it and move on. You should also read the question first and then look for what they're asking for inside the passage instead of wasting time and looking back.
For the Indians, like we are living in a Bengali environment, like where everyone is speaking Bengali. Okay, like we are not familiar with that kind of British accent English. So what do you think, like reading a dictionary or memorizing all the words from the dictionary along with the meanings, that is beneficial for us?
No, the ACT doesn't contain that much complicated vocabulary. It's mostly comprehension rather than vocabulary. So I don't think reading a dictionary is going to help that much.
Okay, so the last question is like I'm curious, like, do you have any interest on reading the William Shakespeare dramas?
I had to read Romeo and Juliet for English class, but other than that, no.
Oh,
মোরা একই